Hey, this is Carrie Cheadle, and I am out here in beautiful Bay Area, California, and right now I'm on the lower slopes of Mount Diablo. You might see some cyclists going by as we're talking here today, but I am bringing you some mental skills training tips specific for cyclists during the Tour de France this year. So one of the things that we usually see in the Tour, if you've been watching the Tour over these past several years, there's always crashes. So there's always some guy that goes down sometime in the beginning of the Tour, or maybe in the middle of the Tour, and then we see him maybe later on the same stage or the next day, all bandaged up. He's got his broken clavicle or a broken hip, and he's still riding on. So for some cyclists, crashing is not a big deal. It's sort of it's part of being an athlete in the sport of cycling. But for some of us, it might be a little bit more challenging to get our confidence back when we talk about coming back after a crash. So not all of us are going to get back on our bike and keep going in that stage race. Sometimes there's injuries that need to be recovered from, and sometimes you're on a real physical and sort of emotional roller coaster when we're talking about the onset of your injury all the way back to getting into racing and being the same sort of aggressive cyclist that you were before the crash. So if this is something that you've had to deal with, I just want to talk about some tips for how can you get that confidence back when we're talking about getting yourself back on the bike after a crash. Because a lot of times we heal physically, and our actual wounds on our body are healed before our brain is. So what I mean is, like, our confidence isn't always there when we get back on the bike. So sometimes you got to actually work on that piece and really deliberately work on that piece. So I'm going to bring you 3 tips for how can I get that confidence back when we're talking about coming back after a crash. So the first piece in building that back is you really want to start small and build some small successes with getting your confidence back. So you can kind of think about all of the things that your concerns are sort of things that make you anxious when it comes to getting back on the bike, as like a pyramid. So on the bottom of your pyramid, there's things that, like, maybe just get the butterflies going a little tiny bit. But up at the peak here, at the top of your pyramid, those are the things that really get it going. Those are the things that, like, that's the thing I'm the most afraid of, right? So start here. So when you think about how can I build my confidence back up, maybe something that just elicits a little bit of those butterflies is going back out and riding with your friends, right? Riding close to people again. So maybe you just start there and build your confidence there and then move to the next level. So really be deliberate about how you build that confidence back up. The next 2 tips are the most key tips when it comes to getting back on your bike and getting your confidence back and being that aggressive rider again. And it has everything to do with relaxing your body on the bike. And there's 2 different ways that we do that. There's techniques for relaxing your mind, because sometimes our thoughts can elicit that stress response, and when you elicit that stress response, it's going to transfer to tension in your body. So you can relax the mind, and you can also do things to relax your body. So the first piece there is coming up with some sort of mantra that helps trigger you. It's kind of like a cue word or a phrase that helps trigger how you want to feel in that moment. So what happens is, say that the crash that you were in was on a descent. So then the next time, as you're getting back on your bike, when your brain starts to cue into some of those things and starts to recognize things that were similar to when you crashed, the butterflies start. The thoughts start going, oh man, I don't know about this. I'm recognizing this. Abort the mission, right? So that's our way of dealing with that anxiety. So you need to know ahead of time what you need to say to yourself in that moment to help yourself relax. So what's your mantra going to be to help relax you in that moment? So the other thing is relaxing the body. And one of the main things with this piece is make sure that you're not holding your breath. So when you're holding your breath, that contributes to the muscle tension throughout your body, and it also contributes to how anxious you feel. So making sure that you're breathing as you're going through this, that's going to help reduce that muscular tension. Any tension that you have in your body is going to transfer to your brain, is going to register that as anxiety, and it kind of gets back into that negative feedback loop. So you really want to relax your brain, relax your body in order to make sure you're relaxed on the bike. So one really great tip for being able to do this is just do little mini check-ins with yourself. And as you're riding, especially during those times where you start to feel a little bit of tension, so don't wait until you're like in your red zone. Get it right when you start to feel a little bit. Just have these moments where you check in with yourself and just say, your mantra can be relax my hands, relax my face, and breathe, right? So as soon as you relax your hands and relax your face, it's like sending a little message through the rest of your body. And the next thing that happens usually when you do that, relax your hands, relax your face, breathe, the next thing that happens is your shoulders drop a little bit. So it just sends the message through the rest of your body to relax. And that's really easy to do on the bike. No white knuckles, no death grip. Relax your grip a little bit, relax your face. And that helps relax your body as well. So as you're getting back into your bike, don't worry if you're not jumping back in like these guys in the tour after a crash. Sometimes we need a little bit of time to get our confidence back up. So making sure you're building those small successes, right? Building that confidence back up, starting it at the bottom of your pyramid and working your way up and building that success. Make sure you're working on relaxing your mind. So what's that mantra that you're going to say to yourself to help tell your body what you want it to do, how you want it to feel, and then make sure you breathe and you're relaxing your body as well. That muscular tension, that physical tension is going to contribute to that anxiety that you feel. So the more you could do to relax on the bike, the better it's going to be for you. So enjoy watching the tour. Thanks for watching this Mental Skills Minute, and we'll be back with another one next time.